Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 2, called JSS. So let's start talking about this episode. So the beginning of the episode actually starts out with this girl. She's writing the episode title, like, everywhere. And you're like, who the hell is this girl? She's, like, starting eating a turtle. And I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? And then you connect it to what's happening next to the show, which the wolves come into Alexandria and try to overtake it, try to take everything that they've built. And the people of Alexandria, you know, the people that don't know how to shoot, they die. And then, you know, Rick's group actually tries to protect everybody and try to keep, I wouldn't say keep the peace, but keep things as calm as possible and try to deal with the situation. And characters they really concentrate on are Carl a bit, Carol, and Morgan. So those are characters you really see, and this actually does connect a lot with episode 1 of the season premiere of the season, where you hear this horn in the end of the episode. And I remember when I saw the episode, well, I didn't really like the season premiere, but I think the season premiere makes a little bit more sense now that you watch episode 2, because you connect the horn with what's going on in Alexandria, and you find that out like towards the middle of the episode. You're like, oh, that's why the horn's important. Not, you know, not saying I love the season premiere. I still think that was really slow. But at least it's starting to make more sense to the overall season. But I have to say, I really enjoyed this episode. It's one of the better Walking Dead episodes I've seen in a really long time. Because, you know, complaints I have about The Walking Dead is I don't love the pacing, and sometimes they kill people just to kill people, and so a lot of times I don't know the direction they're going with the series. It's like, is it on for too long? Are they, again, pacing problems? But with this episode, it renews my faith in The Walking Dead, because it's the things of why I actually like this show. Good action, great cinematography, which, you know, we've seen every episode, but like very clever cinematography throughout the show. And good character development in this episode, especially the characters I actually care for. You know, in a weird way, this episode was better without Rick. You know, Rick is always kind of like whining and like being angry all the time. It was actually a really breath of fresh air not to have him in this episode and concentrate on other characters. And in my personal opinion, I think the strongest character on the show is Carol. And to focus on her, it made me really like this episode, because you see how much Carol has grown. She's a character I do believe has had the most development on the show. Especially, you know, what makes this episode so creepy and what makes Alexandria so creepy in general is that this is a suburban neighborhood. You know, it's supposed to make this world normalized in some way. And, you know, Carol, going back to it, she was a suburban mother, but she was abused. But then you see her progression as a character throughout the show, that she's become strong-willed and likes who she is and knows who she is. You know, she's not going to make anyone step on her at all. And you see her progression as a character, and here, you know, seeing in a suburban neighborhood where she started out as a character, where she was an abused person, seeing how much she has developed as a character, it's really interesting. And again, she was just really badass in this episode, but it meant something because it shows how much she has developed as a character. Even Morgan as a character, when you first saw him, he wasn't a violent person. I mean, Rick wasn't either, but, you know, and even, you know, because we've been seeing him a lot throughout the series, like here and there, and now he's finally part of the cast. Like, you really see how much he has changed as a person. So I thought the action was necessary. It wasn't just like, oh, we gotta kill off this person. There's character development throughout the whole episode of this action, and I really enjoyed that. Even with Jessie, you know, the love interest with Rick, how she believes that was kind of the right thing that Rick did that to her husband, and the children don't really understand it. And then you see the child see that, oh my god, my mother is like turning into somebody I don't know, because she ends up killing one of the people that invade her home, and she does that, and he's like, you know, the son doesn't recognize her by doing that, but, you know, it shows what you have to do for survival. Also great that we actually get to see the wolves story progression. I was really happy with that, because this is a story that's been like in the, not in the forefront, but behind. You know, it's been It's been there. It's been there for a little while now. It's been hinted at, and finally we're actually seeing who the hell these people are and why exactly they would want to invade Alexandria. So I really enjoyed that about the episode. But yeah, this was one of the best episodes of The Walking Dead in a really long time. It actually had character development and actually had really good action. And it just showed how much these characters have grown. And I'm glad they were able to concentrate on characters we really haven't gotten a lot of spotlight on. Like Morgan. We got to see a little of Maggie. She still's not really getting enough spotlight. Hopefully she'll have an episode just to herself, honestly, because there has not been enough screen time for Maggie. But yeah, even some of the newer characters you become more interested in, like the new surgeon character, you feel for her, and that has not happened in a long time in The Walking Dead, because again, these new characters are usually just there to die, but I actually felt for that character. So overall, again, this was a really good episode of The Walking Dead. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, I'll have another review for The Walking Dead next week. And I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, in the description below, there's links from my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.